Yeah, I hear you.
Oh, come on. What the heck?
Hey,
There's no
good.
way it could save it?
Say
No?
what?
Like, save the picture.
Yeah, you gotta hit it, right?
I do, but it always goes away when I X out. Like, what do I have to do, I wonder?
You hit change avatar.
Yeah, but when I change it and I get off of it, it goes away. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't just stay, on the same picture.
How did
That's
you
why
do
I'm
it
like,
last time?
huh?
How you do it last time?
I had to do it again. Every single time I came on, I had to. I don't know why, but
Well, we in the show is live, so.
okay.
Oh, there you go. There you go. What are you talking about?
But it doesn't
Welcome.
save. That's what I was saying. Like when
Oh,
I get
okay.
off, it doesn't save.
Welcome everybody. Apartment Gamer and more with Lady T, and my name is
Hello,
Scott.
everyone. Good evening.
Today's subject. Oh, we got a hot one today, boy. I feel kind of
Okay.
good because I got it off my chest a little bit. I got some of that
Okay.
heat off my chest, boy, because I had to talk to myself. But I did some reading on it, and
Mhm.
maybe it can be a lesson learned for a lot of people. So it is what it is. We got to rock with it right now, if you know what I
Mm.
mean.
Yeah.
But
It
first thing I
is
want
what
to
it
talk
is.
about: how's the weather over there?
Um, it's okay. It wasn't too cool. Wasn't too um hot. It was
Oh,
like an overcast, but it was
okay.
decent.
All right, that's good.
Yeah, it was
It's raining
decent.
here,
Yeah.
so
Oh yeah, it might rain here. I'll wake up and it'll be wet outside. You
I'll
can
be
never
up.
say what it is.
I'll be up
So
your way soon.
yeah.
I think we have to try to do the show mobile. What you think?
How you think it'll be?
I'll figure it out.
I, well, I mean, like, will it be problems due to connections?
I hope not, but you never know.
Okay.
Anyway, today's stuff that we got going on today is the topics we have going on is do do the old pros hate the new game, and we got a subject today about DEI and sports,
Mhm.
and lady New York Liberty has a new facility
Mhm.
building in Greenpoint in Brooklyn. That's cool because they won the championship last year. So I didn't go to the parade.
No.
They had a parade on Flatbush.
Mm.
Oh, I missed it.
What was during the summertime? Or
Yeah, it was. Yeah, they play in the summer. You know,
yeah.
they play in the summer, so it was towards the end of summer.
What they closed out Flatbush for them?
Yeah, yeah. They had a
Okay.
parade before Brooklyn the Nets. You know, they used to play at the Garden.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, yeah. Actually, MSG used to. I think they sold it uh, to the Nets owner.
Mm.
Yeah, and his wife is taking over the team.
Oh, that's cool.
She's
Everybody making money.
Yeah, everybody. Yep,
Everybody make money.
that's right. Everybody trying to make money. That's the whole idea, I
Mm-hmm.
guess. I hate to
Part of
say
it.
that. Part of it, yeah. Yeah. So I'm gonna talk a little bit about the the old guys. I was looking at there's this show, Gil Arenas. He's an ex
Hmm.
NBA player who's um talking about the how the old guys. I don't think he's talking about like Bill Russell days, but he was talking about how Shaq days and Jordan days and some other players. I guess that's what he meant by that. But anyway, he wanted to talk about how they always say that the young guys can't play in the past. So my idea is this is like if that was a different time and different times have different rules.
Yeah.
So
Hmm.
it's not the same thing. So
All right.
it's kind of funny, like when you think about it, why he would feel. I mean, I know I have heard some of the older players say things like they play the game different. Well, it's a different time. Every 10 or 15 years, the game change.
Yeah. I
So
think that's good though.
I think it's a good thing.
I think it
I,
is.
I mean, everybody is like any other thing. Rules change to try to make the game better, I guess,
Yeah.
or to they expand it.
Yeah.
The difference now from then was it was international, but now it's really international. Like it's
Yeah.
spreading, and it's just like
Far and
any
wide.
other entertainment. You want to spread it all across the globe, to make that money, I guess, to promote
Yeah.
the game.
Oh.
So it's different. You got more people, more foreigners, people that come from overseas that play in the NBA. Then I
Mm-hmm.
guess I assume I'm making an assumption that there's more now playing than before. Well, one guy who came from who played for Denver was MVP.
Mm.
So so I mean, it is what it is. I think the game is getting better. I don't. I always say things change, and the past helps build the future.
Right.
So the guys that go through what they go through helps the new guys. You know,
Yeah.
everything is
They
like
do.
written. It's like written in blood. Certain rules
Yeah.
of the game. People already went through it, so that's why they put it. They implement it.
Right.
So I don't get the whole hate thing. I don't get
It's
the
a
hate
hate
thing.
thing. If anything, it should be like a motivational type.
Yeah, yeah. I'm surprised sometimes the older guys say things, but you can't pay attention to everybody. Some people don't say
No.
nothing. They just let y'all play your game,
Yeah.
whatever your
Because I think
game
some
is.
people enjoy the difference. Because I mean, even though you be like, in my day, we couldn't X, Y, and Z, but I enjoy the fact of you creating your own lane
Yeah,
and it's working for you and you selling out tickets and that
yeah, yeah.
it's
So
positivity across the board. So I don't know like why spread that type of narrative.
yeah.
Oh,
Matter of fact, I want to bring it up and show you. I'm gonna show you a little clip of him talking about it,
okay.
and let's take a look. I hope I don't get in trouble.
Why you say that?
I just saying. I'm just saying.
Oh,
Okay. Um. Let's see if I can bring it up. Okay. And he talked about it a couple of times, which I was surprised. I mean, I was surprised that he even brought it up, but hey. I'm going to bring it up. Okay. I got it.
If I'm not mistaken.
Who did
Okay.
this?
This is according to NBA.com. They released all decade team. This is just to get the conversation started. This is not stamped in gold or anything like that. But Gil, your name did pop up on the list.
Now, I just want to put some contents to this. He talked about how the all teams, like how the decades, different, the 80s and the 90s are different than now, which is true. I wouldn't say that now is better. I would just say now is different. But he's an ex-player. These are all ex-players. So I guess, they want to say what they want to say. I can't dispute them as players. So they feel the way they feel. But from a fan standpoint, yeah, I could tell the game was different.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's better or worse. I mean, to me, it's always been good. The past was good, and now is good. I don't get it.
Maybe it's something internal that they ain't really,
Yeah, well, it's like young and old.
Yeah, but I mean, somebody got to pay the way.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's what I figure.
who's going to start it? Who's going
Yeah,
to finish it? Or like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
carry it on to the
My
next
thing
sport.
is like the young people now who play the game, they want to say they more athletic or more this and more that. But to me, if you can run a 440, then you can run a 440 now. What's the difference between that 440 and this 440? It's still 440.
Maybe just with, wear and tear.
Well, that's medicine. Medicine change. And like I
Right.
said, usually things improve with the blood of other people.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like when I was working, where I worked at, they didn't have certain rules in the game, rules in the job, because nothing happened until something happened, and then they made another rule.
Right. So it had to be purpose for anything to change.
Right. Well, that's with anything. I mean, and
Right.
medicine also change.
Yep.
So I
Science
mean,
change.
yeah, the equipment you use change. They get better.
Yeah.
They don't stay the same.
I think even the techniques and the therapies and
The shoes they wore then is different than now.
yeah, that's the technology in that.
The wood
Yeah.
floor is different than it is now. It gives more. Before I'm not sure if it gives more, but I know it's different. I noticed the shoes they wear are different.
And that's probably why they feel like it's an easier. You know,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like it's like, man, my day.
Yeah, you
No,
see what I'm saying? My day, we had to
yeah,
fight to get to the rim. You had to punch her. If you wasn't bleeding, you wasn't playing.
he wasn't playing, right?
Yeah, if you didn't have no blood on the floor, you wasn't playing. That's crazy.
You know, ball player.
That's
Yeah,
I
but I understand
want
what they say. I mean, somebody got to pave the way. Come on.
somebody has to pay something.
Yeah,
I
somebody
mean,
got
you
to
make more
pave the
money now
way.
than you did then. Even though I know
That too.
inflation, you got more money.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think the game got more richer since then too.
I think people know that people who play games now is much richer. Well, look at it now. Even college players are making money. Now they
Yep.
get money.
Before that wasn't a thing.
Yeah, that was. I mean, even though the NCAA was kind of robbing them, I like to say kinda because I don't want them to feel bad, but you were robbing them. You were using them and making money.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You was putting. So I mean,
It always takes somebody to shake the,
yeah,
ruffle feathers,
or the
and make change.
point out that this can change, right?
Yeah, right.
You got to share the load. Let me finish hearing what they saying.
Okay. All right. So we got to look at the 2000s list. Solid list. Now let's take a look at the all-decade teams from the 2010s.
Do you hear it?
Yeah, I can hear it.
2010s, okay. Steph, Harden, LeBron, KD.
Wait, this is 2010 to what?
This is basically 2011 and 19, basically.
2019.
Or 2010 to 19.
13,
Let me move forward.
13. I'm looking at LaMarcus.
Shaq is really only 5 years into the decade, right? I only really have six years, 3 dominant. Tracy McGrady got hurt, right? He didn't finish a full season, right? So Paul Gasol should be in there because he played a good 10.
And come on, man, what are y'all talking about? Like these players on this list right here. Take Ben off that, man. Take Chauncey off that. Take Steve off that. You implement Gil, Vince, Dwight.
Like, to be honest, I'll add in probably Melo.
I'm throwing
Like that's what I said. Ours is dominant. Like our third team is, Dwayne is 2003, right? So he infiltrated his 6 years and got dominant, right? Amari, right? He became dominant to make this team.
Right.
Tracy is.
When we look at these lists and y'all want to talk about who better what, let me hear it. Because I can go all day.
Well,
we talk this shit. I do this shit.
First of all, who's biased? Because we homies. You just said LeBron James is the best player on the... Get the fuck out of here.
Because my other two niggas is out. My other two niggas is not on the list.
Yeah. Dick like Bron.
You didn't say that before.
Who didn't? I didn't say it before.
You're trying to go to the
I have a reel that has over a million views. I have a reel that has over a million views. Over a million views that says me saying, we're going to put these two niggas out of the conversation.
You ain't got a dick right.
We're going to put these two niggas out of the conversation.
Fuck out of here.
We're going to put these two niggas out of the conversation.
What we talking about?
So, am I friends with LeBron? Am I biased?
We're going to put all 3 of them out of the conversation then. Then you got to put all 3 of them out of the conversation.
If you can't explain why Allen Iverson is not better than Steph, then you biased because it's your homie.
It's not. I just don't think... I love AI.
Explain
The reason why I have tattoos, everything. Like, nigga, everything. But
do you think Steph will cook AI?
no, I just think he's a better player.
Better play. It would be an intense matchup, but Steph would emerge victorious in their head-to-head.
Stop it.
And Rashad, why do you think that AI...
Generational dime dropper. You know what dimes are? Buckets.
Okay.
They ain't assists. Buckets. I get buckets from all over the place. Middies, lays, fillets.
But can you say Steph doesn't do that?
Not the way Allen Iverson does. Not at the rate Allen Iverson does.
Allen Iverson better than Russell Westbrook?
100%.
Okay.
I'm a UCLA guy, so...
Bubba Chuck.
They be getting their feelings. They feelings be getting in it, boy. I swear.
It do. I watch this periodically too, sometimes on my own, and
Yeah, they
they
be
really get
having.
emotional behind it.
Yeah, they get emotional. They be meaning what they saying, boy, or at least that's what they mean. That's what they feel. You know, I can't really argue like from the outside. These are all ex-players, so I can't argue how they feel because they know what it takes to get there.
They do.
But one thing I could say is, from outside looking in, shit, all of them are good players, man. To me, shit, I like them all. Be honest with you.
But it's always, you know, how one person is always down on themselves compared to somebody.
Yeah,
or
that's
they
that
feel
competition thing within them.
Yeah.
You know, like, you know.
Within them.
Right, within them, you know, that competition thing. I get it. Because I ain't in competition with you because I know I can't play like that. But from a fan standpoint, shit, man.
It looks good to you, right?
Right. It was all of them motherfuckers were good to me, man. It wasn't none of them that I thought couldn't play or was better than, or, you know, I've seen greatness out of a lot of them. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
For me, it was exciting to watch them play. I think Allen Iverson was no joke. He was like the bad boy of the NBA. But he can play. I mean, I watched him play from Georgetown, and he was great then and great now, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, you know, I don't, you know, but I get their whole, you know, like, you know, that competition thing within each other.
Yeah.
You know, and it's hard for them. They have their biases on who they like.
And that it's just and it's also their preference. Like you can't say, like they'll say you can't say this one is better than that one, and they give their reasons why. But maybe for somebody else, I don't care about your reasons.
Right. And right. Like you could be valid, but it doesn't matter. He still ain't going. He's still like homeboy better.
Fuck out of here.
Fuck out of here. You heard him. They be fighting over that subject of who's better than who. There'd be a big fight over that.
Serious.
Yeah, they take it to heart. But they ex-players and they play. They probably even admire the ones that they talk about, which is understandable.
Yeah.
Especially if they played before they did. You know, like, you know, Iverson was playing in the 80s. These guys were kids. They might look grown, but they ain't that old.
No.
They like 30 years old. 30-something years old. I mean, Iverson is 50-something years old.
He look good for his age, too.
Who, Allen? Iverson? Yeah. Yeah, he do look. He look good.
Overall. You know?
Yeah. And I'm quite sure what they did back in those days was, I'm just saying they probably still do it. They hang out, party, smoke, drink, just like everybody. I mean, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, they people.
Right.
I get it. You're human beings. I don't want you. I'm not going to put you on no higher shelf than any other. I personally don't put. You know me.
It's just
a
different level that we don't know about what they're on. You know.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, I don't need to know. I don't want to know either. And I really don't really talk about it that often. But being that we talking about it, you know me. I don't put nobody on no pedestal. That's me. I don't care what you do. I don't care what you achieve. It's good that I'm happy for you that you achieved it because I'm quite sure you put a lot of effort into it. And I'm happy for you. But I'm not going to treat you better than the person next to me.
No, I don't think that's.
Or look at you like.
How's that fair?
It doesn't, because we need everybody. Everybody should be able to get that love.
Right.
Everybody should get that love.
It
as
takes
far as I'm
everybody to make
concerned.
things happen sometimes. You
Right.
know, fans, this, that, you know.
That water don't come to your house like you think it just come to your house?
Right.
Or
That's
you
what
think
I'm
the lights
yeah,
come on your house? It was just it's just for you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, sometimes people don't look at the little things. They try to, you know.
Of
But
course. Of course.
anyway, let me hear a little bit more. I know they
Live
about
forever.
I don't want to guard none three of them.
I love it. I love it. I'm just
Bubba Chuck.
I ain't trying to guard none of
Forever.
them, so I can tell you that for sure.
Forever. Bubba Chuck forever.
All right, so
Shout out to motherfucking Allen Iverson.
I'd rather guard.
Shout out to Allen Iverson.
I'd rather guard Russell first. Right, I'd rather guard Russell first. I'd rather guard Steph second, AI third.
I appreciate that.
The reason I say Steph second is because what he did against Sacramento, right, when he had that 50-piece.
In Game 7?
Yeah, that's what Allen tried to do every game. So, you know, with Curry, even though him moving and stuff, he gives you a time. He'll give you some break. Allen, as long as he's trying to touch the ball, he's trying to shoot the ball, right? So that was the only problem with trying to guard Allen Iverson. Like, you talk about the percentage, right, of 40 and 42, but that 42 is on 5, right? When we guarded Allen Iverson, we did not care nothing about the other 4 players on the court. No one cared about the other 4. No one knew them. I can't even tell you the other 4 players. It's Eric Snow, because that's who guarded me. I know it was Aaron McKee. I can't tell you.
Keith Van Horn.
Keith Van Horn's on the team? That's what I'm saying. I can't tell you the other players.
Matt Harper.
Because it was that, the keys was all Allen Iverson. Load up. When he touched the ball, load up. Double. Run at him. That's it. And he was still getting 23 to 24 shots up. Right? So if you put better players on this team that we had to guard, this man ain't passing the ball at all. This is not like, he is not the same as Curry. Curry has a conscience of teammates. Allen Iverson, him and Cole was 2 different mindsets. Them dudes, you was cones.
So what happened in Denver then? Like, he played differently in Denver.
Yeah, yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. And that's what I said today.
He got traded.
And that's my thing. Today
He
he
still
would
averaged
But he still averaged 26.
Okay, he would average
With a mellow.
With Melo.
Okay, and his assist was up, right? And that's what I'm saying. Today he would play just like that.
No, because he's not gonna have a Melo on the team. He's just gonna have a dude that can shoot the ball. You take Melo off that team, and there's like Kenyon and all in. He ain't passing the ball.
Period. Period.
Bro, I'm telling you, bro.
Listen, the only thing that stopped AI was Melo, because it was his hometown. If Melo would have went to, if Melo wouldn't have went to 76ers, nah. But I'm just saying, there's only a few people that had the mindset as Allen.
No, I get it. No, I get that.
There's no mindset. Like, the mindset probably is what?
Averaging 30. You don't think James Harden had that mindset? I'm averaging 35.
But the only reason James Harden didn't average, the only reason he didn't average 40, because he dribbled too much. Dribbling too much. That's the only thing.
But he could average 40.
Yes. Fuck yeah.
Okay.
If he didn't, that's what I said. If he didn't take 400 dribbles, he would average 40. If you say, yo, just Jason Tatum it, just bounce, boom, boom, and shot, boom, 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 and shot. Hell yeah. But remember, he's sitting there probing, and that's what takes away his shooting. That's what takes away the opportunities of shooting. But you remember, if James Harden's taking 40% of the team's shots, and you say, all right, well, let's take out half the dribbling, and you still get the same 40%. That means you're going to add 10, 15, 20 more shots into the game, which...
Okay, that's enough. I just think that, personally, the whole thing with the old guys and the young players and the new players it should go under the bridge. They shouldn't pay that shit no mind. Really. I mean, me as a fan, don't pay that no mind. I had players that I idolized when I was young, and I had players that I think are great now too.
As they are, yeah.
Yeah, as they are. You know, I don't. You know, there's players now I like. Same way I like back then. And I thought they were all great. Be honest with you. And the game I thought was the same. Well, it evolved, but it evolved for a good cause as far as entertainment.
Right. It's all for the love of entertainment.
Yeah, because I mean, you can get real love with basketball by just going to the park and playing your damn self. you can really fall in love. But
I think street ball is street ball is different.
Yeah, street ball is that love affair of the game.
Yeah.
And you ain't getting no accolades, no awards, just
you just bust somebody's ass
in the court. Yeah, I want to bust somebody's ass. You know what I'm saying? And then, I mean, I'm quite sure they have that same mentality in the pros too.
Yeah.
But there's a rules
a little bit more organized.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Right. That's all.
Yeah, they want you to act a certain way and dress a certain way and can't be late.
Not your hair.
Can't be drunk. Can't be tipsy. You know what I'm saying? And street ball is like, do what you want to do. Especially if you busting somebody's ass, they can't say nothing. I've seen drunk people play basketball and play it well too. I ain't gonna lie to you, but that's another story. I'm gonna go to the next subject. There's one subject that I want to talk about. It's called DEI in sports. Now, I don't usually like talking about politics because I get emotional.
Should have dropped the bomb, Scott.
And it's gonna get it upsets me sometimes. But I just want to say that I just want to bring it up because I have here it is. Okay, I have some stuff that I wrote. Well, not right, but I just want to talk about the unique power of sports because I feel like when you look at DEI, that's one thing that, I mean, when they talk about like the government and other entities talk about DEI as far as our civil servants and people who do things for the government and for America and in general, that a lot of people, let me close this out. Yeah, a lot of people sit there and talking about they want to get rid of diversity and inclusion and the DEI, what do it stand for? Diversity,
I forgot.
Diversity, equity, and let me see, diversity, diversity, equity, and inclusion. Right. That's what it is.
Sounds like it.
DEI, something that I've heard of it before, but since our new president came in, I hear it a lot, a lot more. I mean, it's sometimes when they make things up, it's like when you have I don't even know where to start at because I don't want to say nothing too bad. But what I'm saying is when they say diversity, equity, and inclusion, do people think that's some kind of like something that they really needed to do? I mean, I understood why they needed to do it.
Right.
But you should be ashamed of it having to do it. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you mean. It should never be.
Why you have to have? Why do somebody has to put that in play
to show obvious?
It shouldn't even be there. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you mean. Like, why is it obvious? Why do you have to make it so obvious when it just should be? To me, it's just what do you call that? It's just history, especially with sports or with anything.
Right.
It's all part of the game. It's all part of the history. It
Right.
should never be because it's brown or Chinese or a white woman or a black woman did it, or it should be part of history.
Right.
It should be because, like you said, even with sports, how it evolved, and everybody that had a part to play should be recognized for it, no matter
Right. Right.
what you was, no matter how you look. If you had a part to play with it and you brought attention to the situation, why not? Why not be celebrated? Why not be included? I
Like
don't care
like
what you was, man or woman.
right.
You know,
It's crazy.
it should never be a separate. It shouldn't. It shouldn't be a separate department for anything. It shouldn't
Like
be.
I don't, like there's it just recently it's just recent that you have a black owner in the NFL, on the NBA. I mean, why do it have to be so like
It's obvious, like, you know what I mean.
hard
Like, it's like, oh, she's the
for
first black,
somebody?
or
It ain't
you
like
know,
some people don't like. It ain't like that many. It ain't like minorities don't have enough money. But why you got to be a minority? Like
that's another thing. See what I mean?
that's a whole
Why you
nother
labeling
subject.
everything?
It's like
You know?
you playing word games and you divided everything, and
Yep.
it shouldn't even be that way. I thought they were human beings. I thought everybody was human. I mean,
Yeah.
but apparently, like you go fill out an application, and they ask you, "What's your ethnicity?" Right?
Mm-hmm.
You already made a division.
Yep.
The minute you ask that, it's like it matters.
Like,
So if you want, like, I know it needed to be in place because you already stipulate that I'm somebody anyway. So it's like you made it, and then you want to get rid of it, but you made it. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know if I'm coming across the way.
it's like to conquer and divide in a sense.
Right. Why
I
would
would
you?
say it's for them. I would say it's for census reasons, but no, I think it's not even about that anymore.
Yeah,
Since this
because
administration came around, so
like if you wasn't from here, I'm just saying hypothetical. I'm not trying to be like some spaceman type thing. But if you wasn't from Earth and you come here and you are Martian,
right.
all right, you one Martian and you're going to sit there and go, how many of this group is here? He don't give a shit about that.
Right.
He's not going, you white, black, and you Spanish, you this and that. You understand what I'm saying? He's going,
Yeah, he don't even know. He just see people.
He don't care. You human.
Imaging people or
It's
things.
1 against a billion. That's how he sees it.
Yeah.
That's how he sees it. 1 to a billion. Why you can't do the same thing? I mean, it would be the most logical thing to do.
It's logical, but I don't know if it's. And part of me think like everything else is dealing around this factor because they make everything about it. It's money.
You think
And
it's
I
money?
don't know the correlation. Yeah.
You think it's money? I personally think it's
I have
like
a strange feeling.
control.
It's control, but I think it's
because money is a
powers that
tool.
be.
To me, money
Right.
is just a tool. It don't have no value. It
No value, but
it really
it does something.
Yeah. Well,
It does something.
it just gives you a pass. It pampers you. If that's
But
what
I mean,
you
like,
want.
I think it controls, like, it some kind of way. It's a tool that people will use,
To
especially with this
control.
whole diversity thing. Like, it's a tool, like, oh, this one is this color, this one is that color, and it's a certain amount of them, it's a certain percentage of them. Maybe we can donate money or to the cause when it was in effect. Because I don't know what's the reason, like you said, what's the whole reason why they were labeling it? like that? Like, why
Right.
you, like you said, why you separating it? When, to me, everybody is down for a certain type of cause if they contribute or put in their time, they sweat and their tears into something, whether it's aviation over the course of the years, whether it's the railroad, like these different departments, I call them, like different jobs, the different departments of different things. Like, why should it be, oh, she was the first white woman, or she was the first, well, they won't say first white woman, they'll say first woman, to do it during her time, or she was the first black woman, like, even going out to space, to NASA, like, she was the first black woman to go to the moon, or first black woman to set foot on the moon, or why? If it's for the greater good of NASA, why are we separating it like that?
Right.
And most of the time, it's mostly like the countries that could go first. Russia, United States, China, da 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 da. I see that as a nation,
Right.
but why you like you literally breaking it down in detail, like first white American or what first black American, like you really breaking it down. And I
Right.
mean, we do it so much now. We subconsciously ask, even when it comes to like crime, like who did it? Oh, that's a white man's, like a white man's crime, and that's a black man's crime. You know what I mean? Like, it's you expecting it so much now, so it's just embedded in you. But why? A crime is a crime.
Right.
A good deed is a good deed. It shouldn't
Right.
matter where it comes from. You know what I mean? Or who the person looks, how the person looks like. But we good for labeling things, like we don't have common sense.
Right.
We label each other. That's crazy.
Yeah. You get so used to it
Yeah,
being used that you
that's
become
what I'm saying with
accustomed
everything.
to it, everything gets a label.
Everything. Everything.
Everything, and that's a shame.
From positive things, like I said, with people breaking records and setting new trends and discovering something, to down to even a negative part of it, where it's jail, who got more jail people, and what type of ethnic group. And it's just, we label everything.
It's crazy.
We label everything, if you think about it.
It's crazy. It's a subject that people don't really want to talk about. They avoid it to the fullest.
Yeah.
I get it because like once you figure things out and you start seeing things, it can
Rationalize
it change your
your
ration
perception of it.
of life
Hmm.
and things around you. It makes you it mess with your emotion because
Hmm.
but and then somebody's trying to tell you otherwise. Or they're gonna
Or you
label
know what
you.
you know, right? You know what you know, but also it's like it's kind of desensitized a little bit with you always mentioning what they are and what their background are. Or
Right.
they, like you said, we're all human. So if I'm part of corporation ABC and I don't know what we do. We sell, I don't know, pencils. And why is it important that you know that I sold more than an average person in a job, but I'm a female, or I'm a woman, or I'm a dwarf, or I'm, no, well, not dwarf, that's negative, but I'm a little person, or I'm
Right.
a, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I contribute, and that's all you need to worry about. Like, I did it for the better of the company, you know.
Yeah.
And thank
Yeah.
you for your time, and thank you for your hard work. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I know
But to
exactly what you
label
mean.
it is to break it down, like, and then when you get ready with this whole DI, you can snatch it away whenever you get ready.
Yeah.
So that means my work was not that important to you. That's what that really meant. But
Right.
I still help with the common good of this company or this organization. If it wasn't for me, you wouldn't probably been elevated as stocks or elevating with, you know, product, or you had to hire more people. You know what I mean? Like that, it didn't change really much or nothing. It didn't change anything.
Right.
But the fact that you're not acknowledging me no more, that's important. I still made a contribute, but of course, it's just it's very hateful in that sense. Like it's very hateful. Like, 'cause it can't be no other way to think about it. It's just hateful. Because why would you put something and to pull back on it? What's the point? What was the point of putting it out there in the first place? Because somebody
Right.
told you to do it, and it's once somebody told you not to, you take it off. Like, it's stupid. Like I said, we like to label everything.
Do you think I have never personally seen, not that it never happened, but like a man that's transvestite. Is that the right word? A trans man, transgender, transgender, right? That would be the proper word. Okay, I don't want to call him out of place, but
Right.
I have never seen a man play a woman's sport. Have you? Have you heard of any? I mean, I haven't seen it personally. Like in any major sport. Or any sport I know of. Like even college ball. I haven't heard, like there are people saying that men are trying to play women's sport.
And what's a woman's sport? That's to that again. Like I said.
Yeah, you stereotyping already.
See what I'm saying? We breaking it down again.
Yeah, it's like
so embedded in us.
It's like you stereotyping more and more. The deeper you go, the worse it get.
Yep, it get worse. Right.
It don't get better because you already complaining about a man who turned himself into a woman who wants to play sports that you classified as a woman's sport.
Right. Right. See, it's always like I said, we always break things down.
Right.
But I don't know if that's a way of trying to understand it better, or part of it also is a way to, when they get ready or when we get ready, we way to manipulate things.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand.
So it could be, I guess, a good thing and a bad thing.
Right.
It could be, and clearly, it is to a certain degree.
Like I read something. I read something. You can't. It's hard in this, and when I was in school, you go to the library, you read up on stories, and you read up on factual things that like history or whatever. And then now the way it is, it's really accessible on the internet, much easier, but you don't know where you getting this information from or who it's from.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of misinformation going around.
Yeah.
People have agendas that's not healthy for a community. And when I say a community, it can be like a country, the size of a country, because a country is a community.
Yep.
And like I was reading this thing where they said that I'm going to read this little thing. Sports often transcends cultural, social, and economic boundaries by bringing together people from different backgrounds to share a common interest for a particular sport or team. So this shared interest create a sense of community, breaking down barriers and fostering connections between people who may otherwise have little in common. Now, the key to that thing is the economic boundaries by bringing together people from different backgrounds. I mean, an NFL is like 70% black. It might even be a little more than that, be honest. There's never ever been a black principal owner of an NFL team. Never. Never. You ask that question to any search engine, any library book, or anything you go, they'll tell you the same thing. It ain't never been a black owner of an NFL. There's been minority owners, people who bought in.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but there's never been a principal owner of that was black in the NFL. There's been one. I know Michael Jordan was a principal owner of the Charlotte Hornets in the NBA. Just one that I know of. I don't know if let me take a look at this site. Let me check and see. I'll tell you right now. I don't know of any others. There's none.
That's not shocking.
There are no black majority owners in any of the 4 sports in North America, professional leagues, and none of the sports.
No minority.
No majority.
Majority.
Yeah, there might be minorities, people invested in.
Yeah, of course. Take your money.
But that's small. That's small percentage. You know, I mean, it ain't like they got 42%, 44%.
What is it, in the teens or less?
It might be 10% max. That's enough. They say that's enough. That's enough. You just get a taste.
Close the door.
Close the door. Close the door. The hell you letting them in? Go in the back. Go to the back door.
Don't say all that.
Go to the back door. That's crazy when you think about it. When you think about
that just
it,
goes to show you. You know how much we make for them?
yeah, they're making.
And we don't have nobody in a sense, to represent what you love to be a part of.
None.
You know,
I guess DEI didn't work, did it?
I don't know what's the point of having it. What was the point?
Right. Honestly, like the more I look at it, when I hear all the media, the black media and the black even the Democrats and stuff like that, black Democrats and stuff talk. A lot of people go and say, you know what? I'm not complaining. I'm not going to complain because we already knew.
Yeah.
We already knew what you was about. We already know what you about.
Because it's like, okay, it's like with children, right? You have a child or you have 2 children. One could be cool, right? Don't give you problems, grow up, go to school, do what they have to do. Typical kid things, go outside, play, grow up, have a girlfriend, date, marry. Then you have one, like you said, because we know what you about. You always got one that just was never about nothing. Like, didn't care about school, was a knucklehead, hung out in the streets, in and out of, jail, whatever the case may be, just bad, bad seeds, what we would call it. And Sometimes you have them where they change their life around, but they could go back to the same thing. Like they pick up a habit, they do it for so long, and then you know they stop and they
Yeah.
say they're gonna change and do
Yep.
right and mean well, and as soon as you turn around, they back to the old ways again. I can never left them. It's embedded in them because it is. It's embedded in people. Sorry to say that. All that black this, white that, it's embedded in you. You don't learn this as a baby. Someone has to teach you that, and you have to see that. You have to see it in motion. You have to see, the nonsense, the drama, the hate, the spewing
Yeah.
of the
I don't think
negative.
nobody's born that way. I think, it's
No,
definitely taught that
no,
way.
it's taught. It's
It's taught
definitely
that
taught.
way.
Especially, I feel like, but I'm just saying, like, people can revert back to their old ways. That's all that is. But what's the point? To me, it's kind of like phony, though.
Yeah.
It's phony. And you can't. I can't respect it. It's not like I don't think you didn't expect it, but you can't respect it because like I said, what was the point of you even having it in the first place?
Right.
That's what I don't like. That's kind of, if you ask me, sucker move. That's a sucker move. Like you
Yeah.
didn't have to even do that. We was cool not having. If you wasn't gonna have the accolades mentioned about us, okay. It ain't like it never happened. That's like you not being, and we all have family that we not cool with or we just don't really mess with. But we still kinfolk, or we ain't gotta be kumbaya, but we still related, or we still have some type of commonality between us, whether you
Yeah.
want to acknowledge it or not. Like.
Yeah.
So what's the point of you putting something in place to snatch it back? Because somebody told you to do it.
Right. Right.
You got some companies that don't even want to do it. They don't even want to be part of that. So it's optional. That means, right?
Yeah. It's
It's an
optional.
optional thing for companies. So it's phony, if you
Just like
ask me.
I hate to admit it, I hate to say, but like Target,
Yeah,
who
they're gonna
um
burn. I heard one of them. I heard stores, they were showing a sign on one of the doors where they said they was something with the lighting. They was turning on a wattage,
yeah.
and people was like, "I wonder why? Because ain't nobody shopping in here, and you're
Yeah.
spending money, and you ain't making enough to keep these lights burning."
I know one person ain't say nothing. Amazon.
But I don't know
Even
if
if
they're
they
part of
felt
that
that way,
whole
even if
ordeal.
they
I know it's
felt
a
that
lot of these
way,
companies.
sometimes it's best to keep your mouth shut.
Just shut up. Just shut up.
Stay out of fire. But you know what? I learned. That's why for some reason I'm so happy. For those that know, as an African American, I'm just saying, we're not going to run in the streets and parade around with flags and poles right now. We're going to let it go down the way you want it to go down, but I'm not going to participate in it. If I feel you not giving me and my community back, you're not getting anything from me.
I think that's how it always should be.
That's how I'm not going to rip and roar. I'm not running around.
For what? I mean,
I'm not
you don't have to. You don't
picketing.
have to
If you
enjoy my
don't want to be
company.
bothered with me, I don't want to be
Right.
bothered with you.
That's cool.
You ain't got
You
to
stay over
come
there. I stay over
here.
here.
You
So when
stay
things
over there,
crumble,
and I stay
but you
over
know
here.
why.
If you don't
You
want
know
to be
why.
diversified, you ain't
Right.
got to diversify. I'm just not going to F with you. I'm just not going. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to fuck with you. That's it. I'm just not. That's it.
I'm not gonna play those games with you.
I'm not playing those games with you. Sitting up there and then be on TV and a news reporter, and then they don't even talk about issues that real.
Yeah.
They talking about the same thing over and over and over and over and over. Scaring people. You ain't got to scare me. I'm not scared of nobody. That's the point. I'm not scared. Do what you want to do. You want to shut this shit down? Shut it all down. Shut it all down.
It wasn't like it never before it existed. We wasn't surviving
Shut it down.
without it. So I mean, I don't know what's the big hoopla. And like I said, I used to like Target. I used to like to go to Target. You know, women
I
like to
did
shop
too.
naturally, but I mean, you know, Target was more calm, more cool.
I used to like Target, yeah. I used to go there a lot.
If you feel
I'm
like
not,
that,
and I'm saying I'm doing it not because somebody told me to do whatever I do. I'm doing it because I want to do it.
Yeah.
And it means more to me of a peace of mind, knowing that if you want to do what you want to do as owners and managers that run that place, that you want to be like the trend, you can roll with the trend. You see what I'm saying?
I don't know how long the trend will last. You know,
they can roll with it. I don't care.
No, but I'm just saying.
Yeah,
like,
I know what you're saying.
It's a trend thing.
Yeah,
no trends in.
Yeah,
I'm just saying. Like,
yeah.
But it has to be something personal to me. It has to be a personal purpose as to why I feel like it's name. Oh, like I got. Scott is crazy because I was on a Target. I was like these black women in Target. It was a page on a social media. I ain't gonna say the site, but it was on social media, and it was a person. She had put up like she likes say t-shirts.
Right.
You know, I like t-shirts, so I was like, oh, you know, I miss, Target. I miss shopping there, but I just can't, and I left it at that. I didn't go into detail. I didn't try to persuade anybody. I just said my piece. That's it. That's all. Oh, here we go. Somebody comment underneath. Well, that's nice. I think it was the person that posted the thing.
Right.
That's nice, but this post was for for women that do shop. I said, I understand that, and I said I understand. I mean, I'm not trying to take nothing away from anybody.
Yeah.
Nothing, but I just said I missed it, so it was just given like a moment. But I just got to do. I feel like I just have to do what I have to do. I said I understand that. No shade, no problem.
Yeah.
Then
yeah.
somebody else
By all means, if you have to go and get something from there, get it. Do what you got to do.
Right. Do what you must do.
But do what you must.
Like,
but make sure you limit it to what you must do.
Right.
That's all.
Another lady commented, and she was really like, "Well, why are you up here if you don't like Target and that?" I'm like,
there's other things.
Last time I checked, I said it's bigger than the store for me.
Right.
That doesn't mean that we can't disagree or agree on things.
Right.
Meaning, like, whatever you do, don't make me. But I was just saying what I'm not doing.
Right.
But I don't have to stop messing with this app because you're black women. I said, see, and that's the problem. It's bigger than what you thinking about.
Right.
You understand? It's bigger than a store. We are black women.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it wasn't like clicking, and they took me off the page.
Wow.
They kicked me out. I didn't even go off. I could see if I was being nasty, disrespect, because most of the time you would get that when you start really acting up. They coming at me, and all I'm doing is answering them, and I'm like, it's bigger than a store. But I said I could still support black women. That's not
right.
It doesn't change anything. That's the reason why it started with black whatever. Like
right. That's why I don't
that's
say
what I said.
I don't really,
Yeah.
I don't pressure people to follow me.
Right.
You don't have to follow me.
Nobody.
I'm just doing this because it's me. You know what I'm saying? It's me.
Yeah, but
it's me. I don't want you to. I'm not going to sit up here and feed you and help you and you spit in my face. So that's not going to help. That's not going to work.
I just felt like I was the most calmest creature to be combative with. Because I was like, have a good day, or stay blessed. And they took me off. I felt, oh, wow. They taking okay.
Yeah, well, there's going to always be some people who just do, if you're not with them, then you're not with them.
the trend.
Yeah, the
Like you
trend.
said.
Right.
And it was just like, wow, okay. You threw me off of, like, I don't know if that was a sponsor. I don't think it was, but I'm not trying to stop your bag. At all means, get it. But I'm not trying to, just saying how I felt. But
It's weird though, but yeah, it's weird.
yeah.
But in sports, that's my thing with sports is the diversity has never been there. So you want to try to talk about teamwork and stuff like that, but diversity never really been there as far as the development of African Americans in sports. That's all I'm saying. Whether you want to agree with it or not, people want to agree with it or not, that's up to you. I didn't see any. I ain't see any.
So you feel like there's no diversity in basketball, you're saying?
Like the ownership,
Okay.
people
I'm about to say,
growing, because
I'm like,
people
you
are
can't
growing.
think of all them different folks
Players
playing on
are
that
growing.
Yeah.
Players are growing. They're earning really good. Some, I ain't saying all players make that kind of money. I'm not saying that. I know they don't. I know some do and some don't. But what I'm saying is we need to get our shit together.
As always.
but you know why? It's there. It's there when it's needed. I don't want them to think that it ain't, because it is. So, had a food of thought. Okay, we'll move on. I will talk a little bit of something else. I'm going to leave sports. I'm going to leave DEI alone. I ain't going to never talk about that no more. I'm not talking, because I'm really ready to go in, but I don't want to do that. I'm going to talk about Liberty. Announce and dedicate state-of-art practice facility in Brooklyn. That's nice. Because you know why I like that? Because what it is they're going to be having programs for kids to come there, when they not off season, have training camps and stuff, letting them play, give away, better, for children. And I know they do it because they do it, the Nets do it, and I know they're going to do it too.
Of course.
So opening that facility there is just nothing but a place for the whole community to enjoy. I think that's slamming.
Yeah. I think that's cool too. And I was just thinking about it earlier, like they were sharing, other places they was going to, what they was going to the Nets stadium. Facility practice. And I understand they're women, and I wonder if it was ever equipped just for them. You know what I'm saying? Properly. You know what I mean?
With what, this place new, or you talking about?
Yeah, because it's for the women, and for the WNBA players themselves, and they all women.
Right.
And I wonder if it was properly.
Oh no! I have a picture. You know what I mean? You want to see the picture?
Yeah,
I have a picture of a. I'm gonna show you. Bring it up. Okay.
I think that's cool though.
Yeah.
I'm glad they getting a recognition.
Yeah.
No. Getting they shine.
See,
that's what I'm talking about. If you're going to do that, if it's going to be like that, just give people they shine. Just give them shine.
Here you go.
Cut it out. Oh, that's nice. That's nice.
See? That's a nice big open Liberty, New York Liberty.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah.
I guess this is a render of it. They haven't built it yet. But this is
just
what they want to do. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's nice.
That's what's up.
That's cool. And it brings jobs to the community. Same old. The good stuff. It's in Greenpoint?
Yeah, the Greenpoint. That's the way it's supposed to look.
Oh, that looks nice.
Yeah.
Very futuristic. That's nice. Like cutting the ribbon.
Yeah, on Ocean Hill, Brownsville. That's not too far from me. That's on Fulton Street.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's cool. I like that. I'm like, it's becoming a thing.
Yeah, that's nice. That right
They
there is
deserve their
fire.
flowers and their
Yeah,
own space, you know?
yeah,
They deserve it.
yeah, yeah. They deserve that after winning that title. I know they made some bread on that somehow.
Yeah, you see that stadium, right?
Huh?
You see that stadium, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's nice though. That's
Yeah.
cool.
A dedicated state of art practice facility in Brooklyn. That's what's up. Now you were saying they had one in Westchester. I know they have some kind of Westchester basketball, or is that baseball? I'm not thinking about.
Well, I'm not sure.
I'm not sure about
I
that
think
name.
I think my father said Westchester County, some type of county. Something he was telling me. I don't know if he even really knew, but he mentioned this, and I was like, let me look into it.
Yeah, it might be one in Westchester, facility in Westchester. It could be. Somebody
It was
has
something of
one.
that nature.
I know somebody
Yeah,
do. I've heard of some facility in Westchester. I don't know which
but
one.
that's right. Like what? That's like right. That's like right outside of New York, right?
That
A
might
little
be the
bit.
one that they're using now as a team. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I could be wrong about them using the one down in Red Hook, because the one in Red Hook is the Nets. They have a facility. Yeah, Nets facility in Red Hook. But this will be in Greenpoint. The good thing is, like, the team is really digging in.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? The whole organization is digging into Brooklyn. They ain't going nowhere.
That's good. That brings back everything.
Yeah, they ain't going nowhere. When you do that, when you making investments in facilities still, and you've been here 10 years, you ain't going nowhere. So.
Not right away.
Not no time soon.
Anyway.
Not no time soon.
Oh,
I
that
don't
nice
think
big
so.
building.
Yeah, and they just won their title last year. So that's good for them.
That is.
That's good for them, and it's good for the community.
Yep.
Yeah, I just wanted to bring that up. The reigning NBA champions, New York Liberty, today announced that the team will build a $80 million state-of-the-art practice facility spanning 75,000 square feet. Wow. Located in Greenpoint, Brooklyn, on Newtown Creek and overlooking Manhattan iconic skyline. Wow. Projected to open in 2027.
Oh, that's coming up.
Yeah. It don't take long, I don't think, to build that kind of structure, you know? I think it just, this part probably take longer than anything. Maybe not. Maybe it might be done by 2026.
Into 2027, right?
Yeah. But it should be open by 2027.
That's cool. Everyone winning. That's good.
Yep. So. All right. I guess that's the end of the show. I just wanted to bring that up. The Nets played today. Let me see if they win. We was talking. Our show was during the game, but I wasn't going to watch it. Let me see what the score is. Yeah. Let's see. And okay. They lost today, of course. 132 to 100. Okay. It is what it is. It don't matter. They needed to, might as well go all the way out. They need to be in last place. See this? I meant to show you also why this is so important for them to lose. And the reason why I'm going to show you right now is They want to
Somebody
try
said
to.
drop the link, Scott.
Oh, what happened?
Someone just says drop the link quick.
Okay, let me see.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, I didn't pay that no more. Okay,
Oh.
let's see. Oh, okay. Okay. I dropped the link.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to show the standings. Okay.
Protect the king. Don't let them get to the bridge.
Okay. I hope he's shown. Hey, what's up, John? How you doing? All right.
Hey, how you doing? It's been a
Good.
while.
I know. I've been trying to find Scott. He does the shows like every once in a blue moon.
Yeah. Once a week. Once a week. But yeah,
Oh,
I was just getting ready to go over that they lost today. The loss today, John. So that moves
I
us.
know.
We staying in competition, man. We hanging in there. This damn
Right.
Philly team. This Philly team is getting on my nerves.
They shouldn't get anything. They should not even get. I mean, that's what I say is they should not get a gift card to the Cheesecake Factory at this point, let
Yeah,
alone a lottery pick.
they should
And that's
not
just being
be.
honest.
Yeah, they should not be with us. They started the season. They was projected to be at least in the middle of the East, the lowest. I didn't see them going tanking. I really didn't see this. So
Yeah, I didn't either. But when you commit so much money to two guys in their late 30s, these things are bound to be worst case scenarios. But Tyrese Maxey having his finger in a splint for being out for 2 months is kind of pathetic, man. I mean, an injured finger, like that's
yeah,
horrible.
they
You
had
can't,
to
you can't
make.
even sell that if you tried.
Yeah, they just made that up. They
Like,
made
man,
that up.
ow, my pinky! Oh my gosh, you're out
I
for two
can't play.
months.
I'm out. The season will be over when he come back.
You know what I just saw? I'm watching Timberwolves and Suns. Nasri just nasty. See, he hurt his ankle, tied his shoelaces right back up, man. Like, come on, you got to do a better sell job than that.
Yeah,
I mean,
they
these guys are
really.
hurting themselves and still playing.
But a good news is the Bucks losing.
Oh, this is a
So
great night for the Bucks pick tonight. I mean, think about this. The Pistons just beat the Cavs, who are on a back-to-back without Tobias Harris and their star, Cade Cunningham. They just beat the Cavs. That's huge. Timberwolves are decimating the Suns. Huge. Knicks are about to do all dirty work for us. Scott, how ironic is it? They said we weren't going to get any value in these picks we got. We have a pick that's potentially 17 in a few weeks. Thanks, Knicks. And you're helping us out. Hey! Mazel tov. But
yes,
but but yeah, this is a good night for the Bucks pick right now. Every team that needs to win tonight is winning tonight. So
yes,
this could be a really good night for Brooklyn right now.
that's what I'm
And we help the
saying.
Clippers win tonight too.
I was telling you, John. I said, you got to have faith. You gotta have faith. I watch all these teams, and I keep saying to myself, they're gonna mess this up. They're gonna help us. They just don't know. And that Buck pick is really looking good now. Really, if they drop down to 8 or 7 in the East,
It's looking great right now. It's looking really good. It's
that'll
gonna
be
be
a
at
good. That'll
17
be
about.
below 20. That'll be below 20.
Yeah. Yeah,
That'll
and
be
even with the lottery pick, as long as we get a top 1 through 7 pick, I have 7 guys right now that could fit our system really well. Cooper Flagg, Dylan Harper, Ace Bailey, BJ Edgecombe, Jeremiah Fears, Trey Johnson, and Derek Queen. Get one of those 7 prospects, 1 through 7. If we're in the when we're in the lottery, we'll be
that's
all
right.
right. And then you have that Bucks pick. So I feel like there's ways for us to navigate this. Now it's for Sean Marks. to put his whole legacy on the line and show us what he can actually do on draft night with these picks. He can't screw it up. So it'll be interesting to see where we're drawing on May 12th and just get to work. This should be a very active Brooklyn Nets summer for the Nets,
Do
and
you
the
think
fans
that?
definitely be watching.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think that they can take the Knicks pick and trade with somebody?
I definitely think you could take one of those late picks and this Bucks pick to move up to get a second lottery pick. I really do. You know why? Because you look at the Spurs and OKC. Those are two teams who want to be competing or are competing for a championship. And I think the Spurs, they want Cam Johnson. We have him on the team. If they're willing to trade their lottery pick with a Harrison Barnes, who's on a 1-year contract, for Cam Johnson, a Bucks pick, and one of the late Knicks or Rockets pick, you do it in a heartbeat. If we could come away with this draft with 2 lottery picks, that is literally a great draft night. There's no way you could better write a script for the Brooklyn Nets on draft night. If Sean Marks proved he could be strategic and come away with 2 lottery picks, that's how you start this rebuild the right way. And I think it would be a great night for the Nets. It could happen, but to Ice Eskimo's point, there could be some really good prospects with that Bucks pick. So you have to look at who draws before we do at 15 and 16 and kind of see, hey, is Thomas Sorber available? Is Boogie Fland available? Is Rasheed Fleming available? Like, you got to look and see who's available there before you think about trading. But if I'm the GM, I want to trade that Bucks pick with another pick and a Cam Johnson to move up in this draft and come away with a second lottery pick. That's how you start building the right way. And you kind of play every other team, by doing that. So it'll be interesting to see if we're going to get a strategy type draft night, or we're just going to pick where we draw. I think pick where we draw, if you get really lucky, is a good idea. But if you want to be strategic and run the gambit on draft night, come away with 2 lottery picks. You can't have a better night than that. So
that's
I'm looking
true.
at that right now. I'm looking at that right now. But I'm open to either option, drafting with that pick or trading up with that pick. I think if we do that, if we come away with 2 lottery picks, the Knicks should be going, damn, why do we give up 6 picks for a role player?
Yeah.
Especially when a pick like the Bucks pick turns into gold. I call it our pot of gold pick right now because I feel like it's really
looking
good. Up there
good.
like that.
It is looking really good with that Buck pick. I knew that pick was going to be kind of good. I didn't have faith in the Bucks being that high up. I didn't think they was going to be even 6. I thought they were going to be like 8.
You know what it is, though? Giannis was carrying that team on his back for most of the season, but then you take Damian Lillard and, prayers to him with the blood clot situation. But you can just see Giannis. He looks tired, watered down. The team looks tired. So now it's finally catching up to him. And if they're the first-round opponent for the Knicks, I think if they get swept by the Knicks, I think Giannis is out of there. I will not see a scenario where Giannis stays on the team past the summer if they get swept by the Knicks.
Do you think the Nets are going to go for him?
It's very interesting. It's very interesting because I don't know if you've seen some of my videos. I've talked with some of the guys about going after Giannis if it makes sense, but he's going to be 31. You don't want him to be your lone star, especially if you give up so much to get him. And I don't know if you heard today with the Taylor Jenkins situation up in Memphis, but apparently John Morant is kind of pissed with that organization.
Yeah, the coach is gone. The coach is gone. I couldn't believe they fired him.
You know why they did, though? It's crazy because I thought it had something to do with the fact that there's an immaturity factor that a guy like Steven Adams talked about a year or 2 ago. Because you saw recently Desmond Bane, he shoved Sandy Aldama in a huddle, man. It's like shoved him on the chair. And I'm like, this team, if they were just a mature unit, they would actually have maybe star talent with John Morant or more veteran-type players. And when I saw with the Doe trade that didn't go down because Memphis was unwilling to take away the protections, and then they wanted Jimmy Butler, and Jimmy said, I want nowhere in hell to be where Memphis is right now. Like, I feel like Memphis had a really underwhelming trade deadline, and just to see kind of why Jenkins got fired, apparently he got fired because he went back to the old coaching system. The organization, apparently they created the whole new offensive schemes this year, and it really backfired because you look at John Morant's numbers, they've been down this year, and apparently he's been standing in the corner a lot on a lot of plays. He used to run the offense for Memphis, and it seems like the organization, I think, got worried about his injury proneness. So they're like, okay, let's get the ball out of Ja's hands to keep him healthy. But if you just have a guy standing there and he's your main guy, what the hell are you doing? And apparently Jenkins wanted to go back to the old formula, and they're like, Jenkins, you're fired. Like, that's crazy. So
Wow.
if John Morant doesn't like the offensive system that Memphis front office wants them to do, I think there's a
He
chance John
gone.
Morant is out of there this summer or
You
next
think
year.
so? You think so? That's
I
a
mean, I mean,
possibility. That's a
I mean,
possibility.
you know what the crazy thing is, Scott? Memphis, the front office are doing what I wish this front office would do, which is take control of the damn team. But their problem is they isolated their superstar because apparently Morant wants to run the offense. But if they are dead set on him running the offense by not being a part of all the plays, I think John Morant's going to be asking himself, how can I play on this team, sign an extension when I can't even be John Morant on this team? So I definitely think Memphis, if John Morant is unwilling to follow their lead, there's definitely could be a divorce in the future because he's due for an extension and Jaren Jackson Jr. is due for a $300 million extension this summer. Listen,
Right.
I like Jaren Jackson Jr., but he's not a second star. If he gets
No,
all that
he's not.
money, and Ja has to do what the front office wants him to do, I don't think he's going to want to stay with that team. So I think John Morant, I call this is my tagline. There's going to be a lot of dominoes falling this summer. Where does the Jomino fall this summer? I'm gonna run with that with Gary tomorrow. The Domino, man. It's
the
serious because
domino. Yeah,
because if you're deciding between him and Giannis, this is the crazy thing.
I would
If
take
if
John.
yeah, I would too, but my worry is this: the injury situation. He has a
Yeah.
shoulder, he had the hamstring. Like if John Morant had Giannis's durability, I'd go with Ja. But if Giannis had Ja's age, I'd go with Giannis.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
I
yeah.
think you could maybe get Ja for a slightly smaller hole. Not like super small, but definitely a general way easier hole than you would for Giannis. You have to throw probably everything to get Giannis. Whereas with Ja, I think you could throw 3 first-round picks, a young player under contract, and a matching salary. I think that could get it done potentially. And let's remember, we have Claxton and Zaire, 2 of his friends, brothers, if you will, on his team. Like,
Right.
imagine Ja comes to his team. I call Zaire and Claxton his Ja-tourage. You know
John.
how you have an entourage?
Oh, you got
It's a
all the John
Ja-tourage.
stuff going on.
I know, I'm taglining this crap already. Stop me. But yeah, I definitely think that's a situation to monitor. Them and the Bucks. If both the Bucks and Memphis have really underwhelming first rounds, either one of them could be on the chopping block this summer. And Brooklyn has the opportunity to go after them, but I think for the Nets, play your cards right, see if it fits your timeline, but don't make a reckless move. We want to
Right.
start building something. We just want to throw everything at one of these 2 guys and hope they can lead them by themselves because you'll probably need a second star. But I think it's open to us. It's just if we draft well, is it worth it to go after them right now? I think we'll see what the front office wants to do this summer just based on how they draft, like you said.
Yeah,
You draft them,
everything is going to be based on the draft. Yeah. Everything is going to be based on that draft. If we draft well, then they can probably look at moves. But if they, it's important that they stay with the draft though. Focus on that draft.
Right.
I just want it done right. I just want it done right.
I do too.
I don't want to give up so many picks that where I blow my opportunity. So for me, I think that like Sean should focus on trying to get into hopefully that pick from the Bucks drop even lower. Like the team just self implode at this point. It's looking good. It's looking good.
It's looking better than it was. It's just my only thing was I felt like the organization relied on the vets too much this year. Like I wish Drew Timmy would have got called up 20 games ago because he would have gotten the right amount of burn. To get this burn with like 9 games to go, it's like, what were we doing here? I thought this was about player development. Like, first of all, Johnson and D'Lo should not have been playing tonight. We're out of the playoffs. We're out of the play-in. Let the young guys get run. Rest all these vets. I just think this organization doesn't know how to take control of the players. And Jordy's kind of had a big say this year. And listen, I respect Jordy for what he's doing, but Jordy can't be the guy deciding what our direction is or who plays and who does not play. It really should be on the front office to have some accountability and say, hey, listen, you guys have done your job. It's time for us to evaluate these young guys, see what they're made of, and we move from there. Like, it's that simple, but this front office has a hard time getting players to buy in to a real game plan, and that's a worry for me. Like, You don't want to get stars in this team in the future and they still want out. You don't want to get prospects on this team, build them up, and then you trade them before they hit their full potential. I feel this organization starts projects but never finishes one freaking one. And that's what's got to change, Sky. Like, if we invest in players, they have to want to invest in us and stay with us long term. But do I trust his front office to figure that out yet? I got to see the summer and where we are a year from now to see if we're actually building something real.
Right. I have faith. I believe in it. I believe everything is going to work in our favor. I really do. I really believe that.
You're more optimistic than 98% of the Brooklyn fan base right now.
I know. But John, we was getting ready to get off. She went offline already. She had to go. But I don't know, man. I'm surprised with this coach. He got fired. Taylor Jenkins got fired. Man, I couldn't believe it. I
wasn't expecting either because I was talking with Leaf yesterday. I said, listen, there ain't no moves for us this summer, but now you have the Domino, and that's huge. Listen, Morant, I'm worried about his health situation, but listen, if this guy is orchestrating an offense, he knows what to do. And if you have Claxton, Zaire, as much as I don't want Claxton on his team, listen, if you get Ja on this team, I might have to change my Claxton stock a little bit because at least I know with Ja, he's going to get Claxton involved in the offense some way, somehow, and they have bonds, and you want to kind of build something that could be sustainable. So we kind of do have the pieces, some pieces, to make a recruitment pitch to Ja. Like, if you think the East is better than you thought the West was, come to a team like Brooklyn because we're trying to build something real, and he could fit the Brooklyn culture for sure, but the Sean Marks forgive Ja for what happened in the past few years? I don't know, but I think there is a chance Ja's out of there within the year or so because if he doesn't want to be part of their scheme and they don't want him to actually run the offense and they can't get a second star with him, what's Ja Morant doing on that team besides wasting away, getting paid money, but he's not playing his game? And I think the front office has made an egregious error there. They're trying to take control of everything instead of letting the superstar be the star and letting the coach coach. That to me is kind of what I wanted this organization to do this year because we're trying to protect our lottery pick. But now I understand a bit why the front office should not do things like that. There's got to be a balance. And I think Memphis, what they did was they overran their star and their coach. And I think that's going to lead to a lot of dissent, especially if they have a mediocre end to the season and a bounce out the first round. So that's definitely something to monitor. I would tell Brooklyn fans, look what's going on with Memphis right now because if Ja is available, we kind of have some people he's familiar with and we have assets to maybe build with him if he's available. So it's something to think about. But we'll see what happens this summer.
We'll see what happens. Well, all right, John, I'm going to get ready to get off. But thanks for joining.
Sorry I couldn't come on soon. When are you going on again, Scott?
I'm going to come on tomorrow. Tomorrow,
I got
around 8, 9 o'clock.
I'll see if I could come on. I'm doing a show with Gary like very early, and then I got baseball, so I'll see if I can make it for a bit. All right.
Okay. All right. I might even be a little later, around 9:30, 10 o'clock.
All right. Maybe we'll talk about maybe the Nets and the Wizards a bit, like what's going on with that game tomorrow.
Right.
Discuss kind of what we're talking about.
But the Nets play tomorrow, right?
Yeah, they play the Wizards. We have 8 games left, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we talked about the game, and I'm gonna see what's going on with the possible free agencies going on. The college don't the tournament still they ain't start Saturday, right?
Well, they're down to the final 8, so the 8's going to go to 4, and then you have the finals. So there's
I think they have a couple of days off, right? Have you been watching any of the games?
Yeah, I've been looking at a lot of film, and Cooper Flagman. Listen, everybody's starting now believing the guy, but I was believing him from day one just because.
Yes, you was, John. I
saw the skill set he had.
I saw it too. I saw it too because of all the players that I looked at, and I knew. I said he plays defense.
Yep,
he plays defense, and he's a great team player. I noticed that about him. He can pass. He plays defense. He can go to the rim. I said, damn, this guy got like a trifecta. I mean, I'm like,
You know what? You know what it is, Scott? He likes to play basketball. He loves it. I mean, you just see it. He possesses every tool. He may not be perfect at 3-point shooting, or he may not have a set offensive game yet, but he is good at every aspect of basketball: defense, rebounding, blocking, playmaking. His playmaking is a lot better than people ever want to give him credit for.
I
Like,
noticed
he
that. I
does so many
noticed it.
different roles.
I
Like
noticed
like
that.
if there was an ultimate plumber in basketball, Cooper Flag would be the owner of that.
Yeah, I
Like
agree.
seriously, because he does every little thing on the court that you need to play winning basketball. And if we get him defensively, he fits Jordy's system to a T. And
To the
offensively,
T.
if you draft more,
I
get
think
the
he would.
pieces around
I
Cooper,
think
you
he
will
would
see
be
it.
great. You know, I always said it would be between him and Harper that I
Right.
would want, because
Right.
I see that in Harper too. Harper is a great guard. He's a great guard, man. He
He's
can
got
score.
it. He's got
He
it.
got the size. He can get in the paint. He can pass. He gets steals. I mean, he be in the right spots. It's short. You know, when you look at the smaller players that play against Harper, he can stay in front of people. I mean, you know, he's quick enough to stay in front of them. He's stronger than they are. It's between him and Flag, really, to be honest, to me.
And I'm just glad that people are giving Cooper's props. Because listen, yes, he's not a scoring type number one prospect, but he's good at everything else. I think some people get out of the mindset that just being a great scorer should not
It's
make
not
you a top
enough.
number one pick.
No.
It's what else can you do? Literally, Cooper Flag is kind of. I don't even know why I'm saying this, but he's kind of like what people thought Ben Simmons should have been. But
Yeah,
Cooper
that's
Flag
right.
is way much more than that because
Yeah,
he's
Ben.
not scared to score. Ben was scared to score. Like this guy has not shown a fearless. He's not been fearless. He's not been scared at all. He's been fearless on the
Right.
court on a daily basis. And I hope Cooper keeps proving doubt is wrong, because I think that fuels him. And if we land him, he's going to fit what Jordy's trying to build. He's going to be that guy that a lot of these young players are going to want to play with, because he makes them better. Imagine having a number one prospect that makes the talent around him better. How many number one prospects can you say that have actually made their full team better? There's some prospects that have just done nothing to impact their teammates, because it's all about them. It's about them. How come can I have a number one pick that can be all about the team? Because this guy wants to win. He doesn't just want to bump his own stats up. He wants to play winning basketball. We need that mindset and attitude. I want to see if we have Cooper. Can he earn 14 wins at least his first year with a team that's probably a lot of young guys? If he can do that, it shows he wants to win. And I think that's what we got to see from this team right now, because Jordy wants to win, but he needs the pieces to start that process. So we get him, Harper, or even Ace, you have a cornerstone that's going to be a long-term part of your future, and we need that if we ever want to start building it the right way. So I feel good about our chances. I'm happy if we crack top 6 right now. But if we get top 3, Brooklyn base, celebrate it, but get ready for the following day, because that's when the real work starts. So I hope we have a great summer where the base just gets rejuvenated. The base needs that rejuvenation, but this is horrible. I don't support us losing like this, but it needs to happen this year, because we need to put ourselves in the best position to build something, not just build good vibes, a program, all that. You need the talent. As good of a coach Jordy is, ultimately the talent will be what his legacy will be on this team. Yes, he has the leadership, the intangibles, and all that, but he needs the talent to justify why he's a good coach. If you get a guy like Cooper to start that off, more power to him at that point.
Right, I agree. Yeah, I totally agree with you.
Yeah, I just can't. I wish it was earlier though. Like, we have to wait till May 12th. So like, the season ends on the 13th. We gotta wait basically a whole month, and then we gotta wait another month. Like, no, I'm ready for right now.
Yeah, it's soon. All right, John.
Yeah. All right, Scott. Have a good night, man.
Thanks for having me on. Thank you. Like and subscribe. Hit the notification so you can know when I'm back on. Thanks a lot, John. See you later. Peace.
Have a good one.